Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to class.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I know that this is an asynchronous class, which means we don't normally have like scheduled meeting times. However, because of the nature of this class, which is photography and it's creative, and feedback is incredibly important for this. I've found, especially with these last couple of years where we had to teach on Zoom, that even with asynchronous classes, having a weekly meeting for an hour is like super helpful. And even if you can't make it to the meeting every time or most of the time, watching it afterwards is going to help a lot, you guys. So you'll find that it's really, you'll see why I feel it's so important. Doing a chat discussion or just me like giving feedback via a video is just not as good as having a brief meeting where we look at your photographs and talk about them every week. It also gives me a chance to talk to you a little bit about each individual assignment as well, so that you're not, you know, in a kind of a feedback loop where maybe you have questions, but it's hard to get them answered. So anyway, what we're here for today is to give you, I want to give you a brief introduction to the class. So the first thing I want to do before we do anything else, so anyone who has to, who only has a short time to attend today, I want to make sure we get the first thing out of the way, and that is voting on when we meet. And I think you're welcome to put something in chat, but I think in general, most of us will have a better luck meeting in an evening time. And for myself, I don't really care which day of the week it is. I'd prefer not a Tuesday, but I can do an evening on any other day of the week. And we, I'm happy to meet at 6 or 7 or whatever works for the majority of you guys. I understand that we may not be able to find a time that works for everyone. But if you want to put in chat, so some people would be good in the morning. Okay, yeah, gotcha. So if evenings are good for most of you, if you think you can do like an evening meeting is where you're more likely to get. And we can also switch around on days too. So some weeks, maybe we meet on one day, some weeks we meet on another. But if you guys are okay, we'll take some suggestions here. And it looks like I've got a lot of people are like Mondays. Some people are like Fridays. Yeah, Fridays may not be good for everyone, unfortunately. If the majority seems like the majority feels like you can do on, say, a Monday evening, that would be good. Some people work on evenings, gotcha. And some of you may have better times than others. As I'm looking at the chat here, we've got a lot of people are like Mondays. So far, it looks like Mondays is the main day. So we'll do a vote here. We'll vote. What I think would be good would be we'll vote on Monday. Well, let's say 6 p.m. maybe that would be good for most of you. Let's see. So we'll vote for Monday, 6 p.m. Wednesday, 6 p.m. or Friday, 6 p.m. So out of those three, if everyone can pick a day that works for you guys, so then we'll go with the majority. And this may mean that some of you can't attend, but that's okay as long as you can watch the meeting, afterwards. So we've got a lot of Mondays at 6. One person's Wednesdays or Fridays, Monday. Okay, so it looks like definitely the majority so far is Monday. And maybe we can do an occasional Wednesday or Friday for people who would like to attend but can't. So for right now, looking at everyone's vote who has voted in, it looks like, let's see. Yes, the meetings will all be recorded, so you'll be able to watch them afterwards. In fact, watching it afterwards, if you weren't able to attend, that's required. So that makes sense. So. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So it looks like we have 16 of you are voting for Monday at 6. So I think it's Monday at 6 for right now, will be our regular meeting time. And let's see, let me get you. So that'll be our weekly meeting time, you guys. Monday at 6, and we'll try maybe in a couple weeks, we'll try doing like a Wednesday or a Friday one for those who aren't unable to make it on Monday night at 6 p.m. So Monday night, 6 p.m. is what we looks like we've voted on here. So that's the main part of the meeting. If you have to leave after this, I understand. But if you can stick around, we'll go over a couple things really briefly, and I'll try to get you out of here within 20 minutes if that works for everyone. Real quick, my name's Trish Triumpho Sullivan. I'm your instructor for this class, and yes, confirming Monday at 6 p.m. will be our meeting time. So we'll be meeting live on Zoom next Monday at 6. I will post the recording as soon as it's done, so everyone will be able to watch it afterwards. I'll be posting this one tonight as soon as we're done, so anyone who wasn't able to attend will be able to come you'll be able to watch it later. What I do with these recordings is at the very end, I give you guys a secret word. And I ask that you just email me the secret word once you've watched the recording, and then I know that you've watched it. Also, is with the recorded lectures that I have on my YouTube channel, I send you recorded lectures once or twice a week for you to watch. And the way that I know that you've watched them is for you to like them afterwards. So if you could please make sure you like, I mean, I guess you could dislike it too, but I prefer you like it. Okay. That way I can see that you've watched it, and I can make sure that everyone knows that or that I know that everyone's watched the lectures, because the lectures are important. We have 3 things that we do. We watch the recorded lectures, we read from the book, and then I also have some films that I ask you to watch as well. So we'll have a variety of different things besides our hands-on with cameras and actually doing photography. So I'm Trish Triumph O'Sullivan. I'm your instructor for this class. You guys can call me Trish. You can call me Ms. Sullivan. You can call me Professor if you want to. Just don't call me late for dinner, because I never am, right? I like my food. So, and so I thank you, all of you guys, that were able to come tonight. I understand that, you know, people do have conflicts and stuff, and it's not always easy to get away and get on the internet like this. What I'd like to do is share my screen if I can, and we'll see if I'm able to do that. I can share my screen here. And then I can, whoop, there we go. And now I think I can remove some of the other things on the screen, and I can show you the, there we go. Let me just get rid of that. There we go. So I want to show you our class website. If you can see my screen now, you can see that it's www.PHO1Summer2007-06132022. I made this website about when I started teaching at Hartnell 14 years ago, because they didn't have any way for me to share things on the internet, important things like PDF files and photographs and examples and all that stuff. And so I created a website for our class. Most of this information is also on the Canvas site for this class. However, links to some videos and other things like that are not on the Canvas. So here we have the homepage, and it shows you a copy of our book. One of the things I want to make sure you guys know about this class is the book is required. However, it is not, you do not have to have the newest copy of it. It's available at the Hartnell bookstore. I think they have a rental, and I think they have a loose leaf version. I try to get the least expensive version that we possibly can, but this, I want to just make clear that any edition is acceptable. And when I say any edition, I don't care how old the book is. Photography, the basic information that we need in photography has not changed in 100 years. So that if you have an older, if you can find an older version of the book, get it. Okay, you don't need to get the latest version. If you can borrow a copy from someone who has taken the class in the past, do it. There's no reason that you have to have a brand new copy. Our actual book is a short course in digital photography by Barbara London. And I think brand new, it's like around $70 or $100. They're kind of on the pricey side. Our book used to be Photography by London, which I think is around $300 now, brand new. So if you find an old copy of Photography, just the regular Photography by London, that is fine too. Sometimes people have siblings or parents or friends or relatives who have taken this class in the past and have one of these old photography books or the short course in digital photography. I'm going to hold up, even if you have a short course in photography, if you have a copy of that, that is absolutely fine. That works fine for you for this class. You do not have to buy another book, and you do not have to have a new copy of the book. So basically the only thing they change when they make new copies, you guys, is they change the order of the chapters. Maybe they put another one first instead of the other, how it was before. They might change the some of the photographs in the book that illustrate the book. But basically the information is the same. So if you can get an older copy, get an older copy, don't break the bank. I looked on eBay this morning. I saw that there were a lot of copies of a short course in digital photography for under $5 and free shipping. So, you know, if you can get it on eBay or, you know, Craigslist or something like that, used, do it, because there's no reason to spend money on a brand new book unless you really want a brand new book. So that's the book on our class website, you guys, and feel free to ask questions as I'm talking. You can ask them in chat, or you can unmute yourself and just shout it out, okay? So you can see the first page of the class website here. There is a section on assignments, so it lists all the assignments of the, see if I can get it to go. There we go. So each assignment has a little page of its own. And so you can look and see what the assignments are and kind of get an idea. And each assignment, you guys, has complete instructions in PDF, on PDF with for each individual assignment. And then there's also an assignment package that you can access through the website that has all of the assignment instructions all in one place. So you don't need to go anywhere else for that. So this kind of shows you, it has examples, it goes into quite a bit of detail and talks about some other interesting things that we'll be learning in class as well. So this is a great way to for you to get extra information, and I recommend that you, I absolutely recommend that you read the instructions for each assignment, even though I go over them in class and on my recorded lectures. So there's, like I said, there is a page that has all the assignments and one for each assignment. As you look through the website, we have the reading list, like what you need to read by which week in the class. There's a resources page that has information. Here is our assignment package. It's a full PDF file. I think it's 25 pages. In the past, they made us print these out and you had to buy them from the college bookstore. But I really thought that was a ripoff. There's no reason you guys should have to buy something that should be free, which is instructions on how to do assignments, right? So our assignment package, there's a link to that. That's the full one. You're welcome to download it, right? You don't have to just access it online. You can download it and print it out if you want to. I kind of discourage printing things out because it is a waste of paper, which is why I've made the website as well. I even in my in-person classes, I don't, even in my in-person classes, I don't print out the syllabus anymore. I have it online. So my syllabus is also online on this website. It's the one that says Sullivan, right? So you can see it right there. I'm not going to click on it because we'll take a look at that in a few minutes. There's some interesting articles, links to interesting articles, some YouTube channels that are interesting if you are really into photography and you would like to look at some other YouTube channels that feature photography. And then here's some links to some videos about famous photographers and some like composition and tricks you can do with your cell phone and stuff. So this has a lot of information on it resource wise. There's a contact page as well that has my contact information and the other instructor from teaching at Heart Now. So my office hours would be via Zoom, of course, because we're in a online class. Let's go back home here. So if you have any questions about the website or about accessing the website, oh, cool. So someone, David here, you have a digital copy of photography and the short course textbook if anyone needs one. That's great. Thank you. And anyone who needs a textbook, please contact David there, because it looks like he's got the gold there. So that's good. Sometimes another student might have a textbook for you. So all that said, let's delve right down quickly into what is needed for the class. And at this time, I am going to look at our syllabus. So we'll just do a quick run through in the syllabus, and then we'll be done for the day here. And let me see how we're doing time-wise. Okay, good. Right, so as I said, a short course in digital photography is the book. I have one rule in my classes, that's respect for yourself, for others, for school property. Of course, we're online, so you probably don't have much school property going on there. It does list the other book, Photography, by London as well. So if you want to get that book, that's fine. You can use that book as well. So, and you may possibly use another book if you have access to a different photography book than the ones that I've talked to. Just email me, let me know what the book is, and I'll tell you if it's something you can use. For this course, you will need a camera, okay? I don't care what kind of a camera it is. The best kind is going to be an SLR or even a rangefinder that has some manual controls. Like the whole idea is you want to have manual controls on it, okay? A point and shoot digital camera is also acceptable for this class. In fact, any camera is acceptable for this class. The main thing is you can't use your cell phone camera. That's the only cravat here, is no cell phone cameras. You must use an actual real camera. That said, you can certainly share a camera if you're taking this class with a friend. It's fine for you to share cameras. The only thing I would say is if you're sharing a camera with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, just don't break up during the semester, right? You just can't break up. I'm kidding. You can do what you want to do. I'm only joking about that because I have had that happen in the past. Boyfriend, girlfriend taking a class together. They break up and one of them absconds with all the photographs. So all the homework for the partner. So that was not a fun time for the person that was missing all the photographs. So anyway, you do need a camera. An SLR, which stands for single lens reflex, or a DSLR, which is a digital single lens reflex, are the best ones to have. However, like I said, don't go buy a camera just because that would be the best one. If you already have a camera, use the camera you have already, right? Don't go buy a camera without, before we've talked about what to look for in a camera, okay? So we'll have a whole lecture on different kinds of cameras, what's, pros and cons for all of them, and also what to look for when you're buying a used camera. And I know some of you will ask, I always have this, someone always asks, what's the best kind of camera to have for this class? Well, or brand. And I'm going to tell you, any brand is good. If you really want the best, get a digital or a film single lens reflex. You can use either digital or film in this class. It's fine for you to use film. In fact, some of you may be able to borrow an old film camera from a relative or a friend for this class. And if so, do it. Film works just fine. The only difference between film and digital is the media. In other words, how the image is recorded. So in a film camera, the image is recorded on film. On a digital camera, the image is recorded on a sensor and stored on your the UPC in your camera or a memory card. Okay, so the only difference is how and where, you know, or where the image is recorded. Other than that, film and digital really are completely interchangeable. They have the same controls. There's absolutely no difference. So if you have access to an old film camera and you want to go old school, go for it. It's really fun. Green's camera in Salinas has a special for Hartnell students. If you're using film, they will develop and scan your negatives and load them onto a thumb drive or a flash drive of yours, or you can buy one, so that you would have both the negatives and this is important, and digital images of your photographs that you took, which means that you can use that for this class. So that's a real fun thing that they do, or a necessary thing that they do at Green's Camera just for Hartnell photography students, so that you're able to do that. So film, digital, doesn't matter. But once again, don't go buy a camera until we've talked about it in class, okay? And we'll be talking about that next week. You'll watch some videos, pre-recorded videos during the week. And then we'll discuss about cameras on next Monday, for our next Monday class at 6. Course content, the student learning outcome is given technical guidelines. Students will demonstrate their knowledge of photography or photographic technology. Photo 1 is a beginning course which addresses photographic theory, technical issues, applications, composition, practice, and history. This course provides a basis for advanced film photography, digital photography, video, and filmmaking. The content offers a student the opportunity to elevate the quality of photographs, appreciation of art by providing a better understanding and use of these mediums. The method, while Photo 1 is technically a lecture course, the curriculum also employs demonstrations, exercises, and by exercises, I don't mean we're going to get up and start doing jumping jacks. Okay, so no calisthenics in the course. Videos, applications via photo assignment, and class time outside of the classroom, as well as class critiques. And I like to really call them class discussions because that's the main reason we'll be meeting live. Grading is done on a point system. Each of the 10 photo class assignments is worth a maximum of 20 points and determines approximately 55% of your grade, okay? By that, I mean the remaining 45% consists of 2 written exams, a 50-point midterm and a 100-point final, for a total of 350 points. So your grade reflects the number of points you earn, right? I don't grade on a curve. There's no comparison to anyone else. It's all about what you do in the class. And then I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot pass this class without turning in your assignments. You just can't do it. Each assignment is worth up to 20 points, so 0 to 20 points. The point total you earn will depend on how well you satisfied the factors laid out for each assignment. Each assignment has a due date. All assignments turned in late will suffer an automatic loss of 2 points. Any assignment submitted on time or early that does not earn the point total that you had hoped for may be reshot and resubmitted to improve your grade. The act of submitting a photograph for grading is required. but by itself does not satisfy the parameters of any assignment, including those listed as extra credit. Each image submitted is evaluated according to specific requirements of each individual assignment. Additionally, every assignment from number 4 through 10 must meet standards established by the instruction accompanying the first 3 assignments and exercises. These standards are: correct exposure is necessary for the subject and intent of the image. Focus control, this includes depth of field control, motion control, and placement / accuracy of focus, and thoughtful compositional structure. So I look at all 3 of those for all of your assignments you turn in, plus the standards or the individual requirements for the assignment. So we're not, obviously, this is an asynchronous class, so we don't have to worry about attendance, but I do require you to watch the recorded Zoom videos. Also, if you have questions, you must ask them. Please, 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 if you have a question, oh, here's a question right now. If you have a question, ask it, because if you are thinking of something, probably 10 other people in the class are thinking of the same question. And it's important that we get those questions answered, right? So there is no dumb questions, okay? No dumb question. Every question is important and valid. So if you have a question, please ask it. I don't assume that you guys know everything. So I'm here to help you. So how long would the midterm and final written exams be? Well, all of my exams are multiple choice. The midterm has 25 questions worth 2 points each. The final has 50 questions worth 2 points each. All my exams are open book and open notes. You'll be glad to hear, which is why it's very important that you take notes. I know I'm gonna, if you haven't got it already, I'll be sending you a video on how to take notes. I recommend you take notes written, right? Written notes with a pen and paper or pencil and paper. It's been proven through numerous studies that people have better retention of the material when it's written down, you know, with your handwritten notes. So that's an important thing to remember. And cumulative. You mean cumulative like your point total? If you can clarify, please. So you're no, there will be a virtual field trip in this class. Obviously, not everyone is able to be anywhere in person. So we will have a virtual field trip to Green's camera next week, and I will record that as I'll record it as a Zoom. Maybe I'll try to do it on Wednesday next week. And I'll record it on a Zoom, so that way you guys will be able to watch it or attend if you're able. So anyway, as we're going back for exams, both exams multiple choice, they are online, obviously, because it's an online class. There is no time limit for the exams. I don't make you do a timed exam. However, you do need to complete the exams in one session. In other words, when you take the midterm, you need to make sure you give yourself enough time to take the entire midterm. It will not save your answers. You can't log out and log back in. Your answers will be erased. So make sure you give yourself, you know, a half hour or so to an hour to take the midterm, and, you know, an hour or longer to take the final exam. I'm going to tell you right now, if you take notes and do the reading, you're not going to have any problems with passing both the midterm and the exam with flying colors. Your points all add up. So the points from your testing and the points from your assignments all add up for a maximum of 350 points. And if we look at the grading, let's see, it says right here. So 350 points to 315 points is an A. 314 to 279 is a B. 278 to 243 is a C. 242 to 207 is a D, and 206 or less is an F, which shows you that you cannot pass this class without turning in your assignments. If you just attend the classes and watch the lectures and do the testing, even if you got 100% on both the midterm and the final, that's only 150 points, and that would still give you an F in the class. And the reason I do that, you guys, is because honestly, learning how to take, the only thing that taking a test tells me is that you know how to memorize some stuff and regurgitate it on a test. It does not mean you know how to work your camera, and does not mean you know how to take good photographs. How I determine that is by you turning in your assignments. So there's a reason we have the assignments, and that's because you learn to take good photographs by practicing with your camera. And practicing with your camera means taking photographs and doing the assignments that we have laid out for you, okay? So basically, you cannot pass this class without turning in your assignments, period. So you need to turn your assignments in. Your grade is based on the points you earn from assignments and the points you earn from the testing, right? So anything between 316 to 350 points is an A. That's a pretty good spread and gives you some wiggle room. So correct, if you have questions, please ask them. And let's see. Okay, so the weekly content up to the mid, that's okay. Forum, that's a great question. The weekly content will, for the first half, will be on the midterm, and for the second half, it will be mostly the stuff that is in the second half of the class. But there will be also some things from the first half of the class because it's all very important to know. So that said, we will also have some extra credit opportunities. There's a special effects extra credit assignment that you can do. We will be doing this late in the semester. We'll do it kind of in class. I'll do a Zoom with you guys on it. So you can hopefully be able to do this on your own. There is a possibility of doing a humor extra credit, and that's worth up. These are all worth up to 10 points, and a close-up or macro extra credit. And I will give you, there's a full lecture on each of these, how to do each and every one. And I will be posting those on a throughout the semester, so you'll have an opportunity to do all of these if you want. The close-up, the macro one, I really expect everyone to at least try it. Most cameras, even the cheapest point and shoot, will have a little icon of a flower icon that you can do a macro shot with, and so like it's kind of a free extra credit, and it's fun to try. So your responsibility as a student, and on this I said, in order to earn a grade, any grade except an F in the course, individual students must take personal responsibility for the following issues: read the textbook, take notes, right, during the lectures, complete all your assignments. Remember, the testing only counts for 45% of your grade, so the majority of your grade is your assignments. Attend your all classes. Obviously, we're having Zoom class, so your attendance may be that you just watch it afterwards. Acquire your equipment and supplies, and practice with your camera outside of class. Also, if you become confused, you need extra help, you want to ask a question, please don't hesitate to make an appointment with me for an office hour on Zoom, or a phone call if you need stuff clarified. I'm always happy to help. I can also meet in person if you live locally and you need to have some help with your camera or something. Once again, film or digital camera, the choice is yours, but you will need a camera. Assignments are turned in via Canvas, so you want to make sure and do that. And once again, you do have to have a camera. Okay, you can't use your cell phone for this class. The assignments are listed here on the syllabus as well. The first one is reading light and lighting types. So you learn about the 3 different kinds of light and how to read light and shoot some bracket shots. And that's what professional photographers do, is they shoot a bracket of say 3 to 5 images in order to get the proper exposure or ensure the proper exposure for it. Assignment number 2 is focus and depth of field, where we learn about depth of field, how it relates to your photograph and successful photographs, and how to focus and where to focus on in your thing with your camera. Motion is the 3rd one. These are all ones I normally do in class in person with my students. So I know it's a little more difficult when we're doing this via Zoom or whatever, but I'll try to be as helpful as possible so we can get the first 3 assignments done. Those ones, like I said, we normally do in class so that we have hands-on. But we'll make it work with you guys. I haven't had any problems with my online classes in the last 2 years. So it's been pretty straightforward. Number 4 is mimetic image sets. It's matching an image of a urban environment with an image from nature that either look the same or have the same meaning. So it's pretty straightforward on that. We do a self-description where you use objects to describe yourself and arrange them to make a nice photograph. We have a formal portrait, which means it's planned and executed formally, and a candid portrait, which is a portrait of someone who doesn't know their photo is being taken. And an advertisement, which is really fun and a challenging assignment. Art, which is also, this is as we go through the semester, the assignments get more difficult. You'll be using your camera to actually take a photograph that is art on its own, right? Not taking a photograph of someone else's art, like someone's painting or something. It's making a photograph that is art. And then finally, assignment number 10, we're not doing storytelling with images. That's going to become an extra credit. We are doing cell phone photos. So the assignments on Canvas are correct. Okay, what I have listed on Canvas. So Canvas is our go-to. That's where you're going to turn your assignments in. That's where I'm going to be sending you announcements about what to watch and what to do. Does anyone right now, I'm just going to ask what questions you might have from what we've been talking about so far?
Will we start taking photos this week or next week?
We'll be starting taking photos next week.
Okay.
So good question.
Okay.
Oops. Do that, move that back up. Now, if I can get off of screen sharing, let's see. Make it easy to get away from screen sharing. Let's see if I can do that. Stop share. That's probably the easiest way to do it. So the one thing I'd like to do before we go today, you guys, if everyone have, when we're looking at the subjects, if they're portraits, they have to be human. Okay, we're not doing animal portraits. However, if you're taking a portrait of a human who wants to like hold their animal, like, you know, like have their pet be part of their portrait, that is acceptable. So you could do a portrait of a human that is holding a pet, but no pet portraits. So you can do that on your own or extra credit or something if you want. So what I'd like to do before we go today, and I'd like everyone who's here to introduce themselves briefly. And here's what I want you to, and here's what I want you to tell me. I'd like you to tell me your name, right? Just your first name is fine. You don't have to give me your full name. Where you're from originally, right? And why you're taking the class. Okay, put that up so you see. I'll start off because I know it's hard to talk to strangers. Oh, so we're not having to, you're not going to have to complete assignments this week. But I will be sending you lectures about the first assignments this week, and we'll be talking about them. I'll be talking about them via email or announcements in Canvas, okay? And we'll be discussing them in Canvas too. For each assignment, we'll have a discussion about it. And someone who just asked, yes, this recording will be uploaded on Canvas, not on YouTube. Okay, well, not uploaded, but I'll send you a link for it. So you will watch the lectures that I send you in addition to our weekly class. Yes, the weekly class is only 1 hour, and this class is 6 hours a week. Okay, so that's 6 hours a week is what you're going to be expected to spend. And that does not include reading, okay? The reading or your homework, assignments and stuff. So the discussion is, so that's good. So a discussion is only graded in that if you don't participate in the discussion, you lose, you get points deducted, okay? So participation is required for the discussions. And it doesn't have to be long, drawn out things, but I do want some interaction about what we're doing. So I'm going to ask that everyone so let's see, we have that questions answered. So we're not completing any assignments this week. However, you will have some videos to talk about the assignments. Please don't go buy a camera until we've talked about cameras. Every assignment has a complete lecture on how to do it that is pre-recorded that I'm going to be sending you. Please do not try to do the assignments without watching my lecture and where I show examples and actually show you and demonstrate how it's done, okay? And I will be telling you, I love pet portraits too. We can have some fun with that, okay? It's not like we can't do any portraits. So yes, this recording will be, I'll be sending you a link in Canvas on the announcements, okay? And yes, you will be watching lectures in addition to what we're doing here. So I'm gonna ask that everyone, I'll go first as for introductions, and I'll be pretty quick, and then if everyone can introduce themselves, and then we'll call it a night or call it a class. So my name is Trish Triumph-O'Sullivan. I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona, but I've lived in Salinas now for a long, long, long time. So I feel like I'm from here now. I've been teaching at Hartnell for about 14 years, and I'm actually a graduate of Hartnell. So I'm pleased to be back, teaching and giving back to the community. And why am I taking this class? Well, they're paying me to take the class. So if you guys could just do me a favor and one at a time, unmute yourselves and answer with your, tell us what your name is, where you're from originally, and why you're taking the class. And it could be because you like photography, or it could be because you want credit. Doesn't matter. Just tell us why.
I'll go first.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but I don't have a video because I'm currently at work. But
That's okay. You don't have to have a video.
okay. So my name is Daisy Guzman. I was born in Mexico and brought to the United States when I was like about 2 years old. So I've actually lived here in Salinas ever since. I am taking photography because I need the credits, and it was one of the classes that really interested me since I have kids. I'm always taking photos and, just to have the memories and know how to take them correctly. What were the other questions?
Yeah, why, that was it, where you're from and why you're taking the class. So good job. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And you guys, you don't have to have video. Just unmute yourself just long enough to introduce yourself quickly.
I can go next.
Hi.
Thank you.
You go ahead. I'll go after.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Maria, and I'm originally from here, from Salinas. I was born in Sacramento, but came to this county when I was 5 years old. So it's, I just feel that I'm from here. And yeah, so I'm taking this class just for personal reasons, finding a new hobby. And it's something that I always wanted to do, photographing. So I'm really looking forward and, knowing all the new techniques and having fun.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Araceli, and I'm born and raised in the Salinas Valley. I'm currently taking this course because it is one of the required courses in my education plan, but also because I enjoy taking pictures. I own a DSLR camera, and I'd like to improve my skills and just optimize my usage and just learn how to use all the features and make art. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. Thank you very much.
I could go next.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Flores. I'm from Gonzales, California. I'm a third year at UC Davis. But I decided to take hard now classes just for the summer, so I could get ahead on my credits. So my last year, well, this upcoming year at UC Davis, I could have a very light schedule. And yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Welcome to class.
I can go next. Hi, my name is Priscilla. I'm here from Salinas, California, and I'm taking this class because I've always been interested in photography. I feel like this will help me get my foot into the door, and I'm super excited for this class.
Great. Thank you, Priscilla.
Hi, my name is David. Let's see. I'm originally from San Jose, California, but I've been here in the Salinas Valley for the past 4 years or so. But I've been visiting for the past 10. I am taking this class because I love photography and taking pictures. My father is a photographer still, but he was a professional photographer for 30, 40 years. He had his own studio. I grew up, around photographs, watching him take pictures, working in the studio, doing things for him, And so I've never taken an official class. I've always just kind of looked around and kind of shot by instinct, and just messed around with the settings just because I never had the patience to kind of sit down and learn. And so now I'm like, maybe I should, so I'm really taking the class so I can learn how to operate the camera and have a mastery over it instead of just an instinct.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
I could go next.
Thank you.
So, hello, my name is Isaac Jimenez. I'm from Pundo, and the reason I'm taking this class is because I honestly find photography as a nice hobby to take, and I hope to gain skills that can be useful sometime.
And you will. Thank you.
Hi, I can go next. I don't know if my microphone's weird, but
You're working.
oh, okay. So hi, my name's Emily. I'm from Salinas and I was born at Natividad. And I'm taking this class because my dad and his grandpa actually owned a Tower 39 automatic 35 camera from like a billion years ago in the 60s. So I've had my fair share of cameras, but I have old ones. But I've always been interested in photography just like they have. But I also need 3 credits to transfer to CSUOB. So that's why I'm taking the class.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I can go next. My name is Forum. I am from Salinas, California, and I'm taking this class just because, well, one, it's a general education class, but also I've always had an interest in photography. I used to have when I was younger, like my own, not my own, but like a family digital camera, one of the small ones that we would take with us whenever we went, and let's look back on memories like that. So I want to learn more about it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I can go next.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Isaiah, and I was born in Salinas, and I'm taking this class to fulfill my G's credits.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you very much.
I can go
My name
next.
is, oh,
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Okay, thank you, David. My name is Stephanie Marie, and I was born in San Francisco, but I'm currently living in Greenfield, California. Some of you may or may not know where that is because it's such a small town. The reason why I'm taking this class is because I've always had an interest in photography, and I do have my own camera, but I do not know how to work the settings on it. So my best camera at the moment is my phone, but that's why I really wanted to take this class so that I can learn how to use it and just be better at it overall.
That's great. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alec. I'm from Salinas, California. I'm taking this class because I've had this camera as a Christmas gift and I still don't know how to use it.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's story. That's awesome. Well, thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Jose Gomez. I'm from Salinas, California, and I am taking this photography class because I like the idea of new perspective that photography gives you, different shots, different angles, and storytelling. Sounds like fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Jose.
Hi, I can go next.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Julian Sabella, and I'm from Salinas, California. I was born here and I lived here almost my whole life. And I'm taking this class because I really want to practice, practice and get better at taking pictures.
Okay, thank you.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Hi guys, I'm Abraham Rodriguez. I was born and raised in Salinas, California. And well, the reason why I'm taking this class is because I need to complete my credits. And I've always been interested in photography, so that's why I'm taking this class. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Did we miss anyone? I think most of you guys went. One person, Gloria, says she doesn't have a mic, but she's introducing herself by saying, hello, my name is Gloria. I'm taking this class because it is fun. I am from King City, California. Okay, thank you, Gloria. Thanks for putting it on the chat. Did anyone else need to go? That we missed? Okay. Real quick, you guys, I just want to say that this is going to be a very fun class. Learning to work your camera is probably the hardest part of it, and it's really not even all that hard. Okay. I love photography. I love taking pictures, but I want you guys to think about something really quickly. Imagine a world without photographs. What would that look like? And you can either unmute yourself and say, say what you think, or you can put it in the chat. I don't care what one way or the other, whether you do it like by unmuting or whether you put in the chat. But what would we be missing? What would we not have if we didn't have photographs? It would be bland, right? Think about the things we wouldn't have, right? We wouldn't have computers as we know it, the internet as we know it. Do you guys remember? Do you guys even remember what it would be like? Yeah, we'd be missing out on historic events, a lot of evidence towards what people say that they have seen. Absolutely, we'd be missing out on that. But think about like the internet. Like, you guys remember or know what the internet looked like before we had photographs on it? Like, it was just a black screen with like green lettering. I mean, that was it. Our big video game was Pong, right? Pong, where the little ball goes. That's so slow, it would put you to sleep. Yeah, so you know that we'd be missing the internet as we know it. We probably wouldn't have cell phones as we know them today. Of course, we wouldn't be able to take pictures with them. We wouldn't have movies. We wouldn't have video games. There'd be so much we wouldn't have if we didn't have photography. And photography is a fairly new invention, right? It was only invented in the mid 1800s. So yeah, it'd be more difficult to relive our memories and to tell stories without having something to illustrate them, right? To show people. They always say, you know, a picture's worth a 1,000 words, and it's absolutely true. So, you know, photography is really important, and it's such a part of our lives. I mean, seriously, how many of you guys have your phone or your computer full of photographs that you never look at? Right? I know. I think we're all guilty. If you're my age, you probably also have a whole bunch of photos in boxes that you never look at, right? So our goal in this class is to learn how to work your cameras, right? And how to work them well, and how to take photographs that are visually pleasing so that you want to look at them over and over again, right? Not ones that you throw in a box or forget about on your phone or computer for, you know, years. The ones you want something you're going to look at, maybe something that is so beautiful that you want to frame it and stick it up on your wall, you know? So that's the goal with this class, is to be able to do that. And to do that, you have to use your camera and practice with your camera, you guys. And totally, not just with the assignments either. I want you to make sure that you practice with your camera for fun, you know, have some fun with it. And I equate this learning how to take photographs and how to work your camera with learning how to ride a bicycle. I can lecture you all day long on how to ride a bicycle. You know, you put your hands on the handlebars, you straddle the bike, you press one foot down on the pedal, and while you're pressing that one foot down, you lift up your other foot and put it on the other pedal, and then you move your feet kind of in a circular motion, like this. And while you're doing that, you have to balance, keep your hands on the handlebars and watch where you're going, right? So I could tell you how to do that in a bunch of lectures. But would you really know how to ride a bike from that? No, absolutely not. You would learn how to ride a bike from getting on the bike and riding it. So the same is true with your camera. You learn how to use your camera by getting your camera and using it on a daily basis. And once you get a camera, I want you to, in this class, I want you to take it with you everywhere you go, because you never know when you're going to get that perfect shot. So for this week, I want to welcome you all to class, of course, and thank you for showing up tonight. I took more like an hour, and so I apologize for the long time that we're on here. But for those of you who were able to hang out and stay the course, thank you very much. Anyone who's watching this later on, the secret word will be dog. How's that? So you guys seem to like pets, so we'll have the secret word is dog. So those of you who are watching this later, you'll email me that word. Okay, you guys that are here right now, you don't need to email me the word because you were here in class already, so you don't need to do that. Our next meeting will be next Monday at 6 p.m. And in the meantime, I'll be sending you some lectures on how on your camera, how to work your camera, all that good stuff. Please don't buy a camera until we've talked about it next week, okay? And in the meantime, we'll try to get that virtual field trip together for you. So thank you all again. If you have any questions, you're welcome to unmute yourself and ask them or type them in the chat. Otherwise, you guys are all free to go. Thank you again and have a great rest of your week.
All right, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
A quick question.
Sure.
I know that we get full credit once we follow the instructions for each photo, but I was wondering, like, if we mess up on one little thing, like how harsh will it affect the points?
Well, so the first 3 assignments, you'll get full credit as long as you turn them in on time. Okay.
Okay.
The following assignments, 4 through 10, get graded progressively more, maybe not more strictly, but they get progressively more difficult. And so the grading is a little bit more strict maybe as we go through. So the end of the semester, I'm going to be looking for you guys to, be turning in stuff that follows all of the perimeters that we've covered in class.
Is it because the assignments are more specific, so the grading is more specific?
Well, it's not so much the assignment is more specific, but the difficulty of the assignment is just more difficult. So the assignments get more difficult. The first assignments are easier, and they gradually get more difficult and more challenging, so that you have some challenge. It's not just really easy.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Hi, I had a question.
Sure.
And I don't know, I might have missed it or not, but I was wondering, are there like specific days that the assignments are due on?
Well, there will be, as each assignment has a specific due date. So when you look on Canvas, you'll see the due date for each assignment.
Oh, sorry. I mean, like, are they gonna be like all due like on the same day? Like, for example, like Fridays, like Thursdays, or is it just all kind of like whenever?
So I try to have them due on Fridays, but because the summer school is so short, there might be some that are due midweek. You can always turn stuff in early. You don't have to wait till it's due to turn it in. But late assignments, summer school is difficult, and if people are using film, sometimes they're going to be late. I'm not quite as strict with turning stuff in on time on the summer school, just because it might be a little more difficult to get stuff in on time, just because it's such a condensed class.
All right, then. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so that's it for class. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of your night. Don't forget, secret word is dog. Okay, email that to me if you're watching this later.